Men are giving up on dating and relationships. Every year, more and more men are refusing to approach and court women, and the marriage rate keeps dropping. It turns out that the liberals in the mainstream media are finally taking notice. Let's take a look at the panel of liberals finally realizing how bad men have it in the dating market.
Hello everyone, this is Magbo Gaming here, back at Angry Guy's channel. I hope you are doing well today. Every single one of you is watching this. I hope you're all doing good. And if you really enjoy videos like these, and if you're new to this as well, and you find this video very interesting, be sure to click the like button, click the subscribe, and click the bell next to it so you can be notified whenever we have new videos coming to you. Be notified, and it will definitely help us get this video out there to more people. Also check out Angry Guy at Rumble as well, so you could check out the unfiltered, uncensored Angry Guy that doesn't hold back in his curses. And we got something new to let you guys know about. So from this video onward, instead of the Crypto Academy, we are now pushing towards the Angry's Creator Academy. What is that exactly? Well, basically, what you got to know is Angry Guy is now offering lessons to teach you guys about how to be able to make your own YouTube channel and be able to monetize it over time. Because guys, in order for us to survive in these hard times where jobs are disappearing fast, a lot of people are getting laid off, we're gonna have to create our own source of income today in some way, shape, or form. And I think that being a content creator is a good start towards that. So if you don't want to lose your jobs today, if you do not want to be homeless in the next few months or few weeks, or anything that's gonna be inflation related, check out the English Creator Academy. More info in the description below. And you could also receive a free creator blueprint as well, where you can find out how you can start building upon that starting today. Anyways, the commentary that we're going to be doing today is all about the masculine void. What happens when men gives up on love? I'm gonna be clear with you guys right now. I never want to give up on love. No matter what the things are happening today, there's gotta be hope. I gotta hold on to hope, even if it's just a copium of mine. But there are good women out there. But it's becoming more rare, especially in the Western society. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. I think that this is a good way for us to understand the implication of what's going on with men going their own way and giving up on love altogether. So let's see what this commentary entails from this YouTuber called Psycore. So I think this is the second video I'm covering on this channel of his. Anyways, let's get started, shall we?
Did you know that most men don't break when they're angry? They break when they're quiet. That's the moment it happens. Not during the argument, not after the betrayal, but somewhere in between. When a man realizes that no one is listening anymore, he stops fighting for connection. He stops explaining himself. He stops hoping that anyone will see how much he's bleeding beneath his calm. That's the beginning of silence, not the silence you can hear, but the one that builds inside his chest, slowly, quietly, like fog that never leaves.
It is sad because you can actually notice that when a man has no other choice but to be silenced, when they cannot express themselves or their struggles because people are just going to ridicule him, people are just going to destroy their reputation, calling him a wimp, calling him a creep, and all that stuff that most people just stays away from. It gets to the point where you are pretty much back against the corner and you don't know what to do. Nobody wants to help you much. And then the darkest moment is when you cannot even express yourself to anybody, that you have nobody to like express your feelings and stuff because you are being rejected by society as a man, which is really sad.
Once upon a time, he cared too much. He wrote long messages that went unread. He waited for calls that never came. He gave love in full measure to people who only took what was convenient. He tried to be the man who understands, the one who listens, the one who holds everything together when it's falling apart. But no one ever asked what it cost him. No one noticed how heavy it got. They told him to be strong, to stop overthinking, to just move on. So he did. At first it was a defense. Then it became a habit. And eventually it became who he was. The man who used to talk stopped. The man who used to love deeply withdrew. The man who used to hope vanished.
You know how a lot of people are telling you that if you have issues finding women in your life to have a companionship and stuff, often than not, most people are just gonna tell you, oh, don't worry about it, she'll come eventually, just focus on yourself, just you shouldn't complain about this, you need to improve yourself and all that stuff. And then you became like silent, you became like all to yourself, and that's kind of dangerous today, where you can't express yourself out of fear of being shunned by society. And then you become a person that you never wanted to be, and you wish you could have found somebody that could understand you at a deep level. And that is very rare, and a lot of people out there, a lot of men especially, they're not gonna be able to find that one person. I always believe, go to God, pray to God, God will always listen to you and stuff like that. But unfortunately, a lot of men don't believe in God or if they exist, and they prefer to have this type of talk with someone that they could physically listen to, they could physically be able to express themselves, and you get the idea, man.
There's calmness like armor. He smiles when he's breaking. He laughs when he feels nothing. He says, I'm good, because no one wants the truth anymore. But inside, he knows what really happened. He didn't stop believing in love.
So yeah, have you ever been asked by anybody around your circles, hey, how are you doing? Yeah, they always ask you, hey, how are you doing? And you're usually like, oh, I'm doing fine, what about you? And in reality, like, if you tell them, well, I'm not doing fine, I'm going through this and that, well, they don't want to really hear it for the most part, because they're handling a lot of issues on their own, and they cannot get overwhelmed with other people's issues coming in their life. That's why people are lacking empathy towards each other, people are lacking care and emotional bonds toward people, because they have too much on their plate to be worrying about other people. And if on contracts, when people have less things to worry about, they are more happy with their lives and all that stuff, then they are very likely to be able to be willing to help other people, because, well, they have enough happiness in their life and they want to share it with other people as well. But since most people are miserable these days, they don't want to hear other people's misery because they have too much on their plate. Not because they don't care about you. Well, a lot of times they don't really care about you, but not primarily because they don't care, but it's because they have too much on their plate to even pay attention. So it's a lot of emotional attention that you have to give towards somebody to care for them. It does require that. And people don't stop believing in love, like me. But it's kind of like to the point where you wonder, am I ever going to find the love that I want in my life? That's something I sometimes think about myself.
Stopped believing in him. It stopped rewarding his honesty. It stopped nurturing his effort. It stopped making him feel safe. And so he fell silent. Not out of hatred, but out of exhaustion. Because there's only so many times a man can reach out and touch nothing before his heart goes numb. This is the birth of the masculine void. Not fire, not rage, but quiet emptiness. The sound of a man who once wanted to be loved, finally realizing he's easier to keep when he feels nothing at all. Section 2. The weight of rejection. Every man remembers the moment he stopped trying. It wasn't dramatic. No slammed doors. No angry outburst. Just a quiet realization that no matter how much he gave, it would never be enough. That's the cruel thing about rejection. It doesn't always come with words. Sometimes it arrives in silence. In the way her eyes stop lighting up when he enters the room. In the way her voice turns colder, shorter, like he's a stranger in his own story. At first,
have you ever had the feeling when you first meet a girl and the girl seems so excited to talk to you, she's become super sociable and open and stuff, and then all of a sudden a few days later she suddenly gets bored of you, she becomes dry in the conversation, she doesn't say much at all, and she never tells you why she's feeling that way. She acts like if she was always that way to you, like if the very sociable side of her never happened or something like that. But you keep questioning her, and then they make you feel like the desperate one, the one that questions her, and they make you feel like the bad guy. Well, guess what? I've been through that quite a bit myself, and trust me, it's not a good feeling. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Yeah, hard times are here, guys. Jobs are disappearing fast, and if you lose yours today, you could be homeless in a few months or even a few weeks. But it really doesn't have to be that way to you, because there is an opportunity for you today to check out Angry's Creator Academy, because you could see yourself as a way to work on yourself, to focus on improving your life. You can learn how to build your own online business using YouTube to grow it. You can express yourself, because in YouTube you can actually make videos to express how you're feeling in your life and not be afraid of judgment, even though judgment will come from people in the comment section. But if you have a strong will to want to open up, I still gotta work on that myself. Definitely check it out. And there is also a free creator blueprint when you sign up as well. The link is in the description below, so you could check it out. So yeah, I definitely encourage you to check it out for yourself. See how this benefits you. If you are someone that wants to open up to your feelings, your thoughts on society and stuff like that, you shouldn't be afraid of judgment for that. That's why we also have Rumble as well. You know, the Creator Academy doesn't have to be just about YouTube. It could be about Rumble, or it could be about other platforms that you express yourself. Get your voice heard. More people need to express themselves so other people can be encouraged to do the same. Because if you kept quiet in this void, in this world where people devalues men for the most part. Yes, there are some women that are going through that as well. But I'm talking mostly to the men, because most people that are going through this are indeed men.
Men are giving up on dating and relationships. Every year, more and more men are refusing to approach and court women, and the marriage rate keeps dropping. It turns out that the liberals in the mainstream media are finally taking notice. Let's take a look at the panel of liberals finally realizing how bad men have it in the dating market.
Pointing to Anna, pointing this out to me, that there is strong emergence.
Isn't she a lesbian? She should know. This woman should know how bad men have it, okay?
Evidence Gen Z is indeed less sexually active, dating less compared to previous generations.
Yeah, so when they say Gen Z's less sexually active, the men are less sexually active. I know the data will tell you one thing, right? There'll be these studies that say, oh no, like the men, it's the men and the women. Yeah, what incentive do these studies have to be honest about the women throwing it back? The women, now they have phones and stuff. They just want to get with the most clouded guy, and a lot of guys are getting iced out, sadly.
Yeah, so let's continue with this commentary right now and see what else we can find.
Tries to fix it. He buys her flowers. He apologizes for things he didn't do. He waits for the old version of her to come back, but she doesn't. And so he begins to shrink. Each unanswered text feels heavier. Each half-hearted kiss becomes a reminder of what's already gone.
And this is exactly why I always have my options laid before me. I do not stick to one girl unless God can confirm and in my heart that this is the right person. This is the person that I could trust with my life, and I could get to know them on a deep level, that I could see that this woman can actually put in the effort to try to reach out to me and try to hang out with me and talk about all sorts of things and check out on me. If none of these signs are appearing, it's time for you to move on. Do not just stick to the hope that, oh, the old version of her is going to come back. Once you notice, and this is my experience too, once I have noticed that this woman is becoming dry, I think this is for life. I think they're bored and they're moving on to other guys, because they have a plethora of other guys in their DMs ready to talk to them and ready for her to choose which one she wants, and it probably won't be you. So you got to accept that reality, and hopefully that will help you move on. So yeah, let's continue a little bit more with this commentary and then conclude this.
Gone. And the man who once believed he could make love work starts to disappear, because rejection isn't just about being left. It's about being unseen while you're still there. It's eating dinner across from someone who stopped wanting to understand you months ago. It's lying next to a body that doesn't reach for yours anymore. Men don't talk about this kind of pain. They don't have spaces for it. When they try, they're called weak, needy, emotional, so they swallow it. They carry it.
I have no idea how much times I was called needy, desperate, thirsty, because I wanted female attention. That's what society wants to label you as. so more people can stay away from you. And then you're like, you're even more battered, or even more traumatized, or even more like losing hope, and you don't even dare to like express yourself to another woman or try to open up to them because you're walking on eggshells. You don't know how the woman's gonna react. You don't know if she's talking bad behind your back to other people, and then you wonder why later on people around you start giving you the disgust in their eyes. Like, you think there you would figure out that some rumors have been spread around you, unfortunately. And it's really hard to endure that as a man. I hate being cold desperate. I hate being cold needy, even though it's kind of true in the past. And I hate the fact that it's a natural feeling for a man want to be desired to be with a woman, and yet they are pretty much blocked from that. Anyways, yeah, a little bit more. Let's get to the conclusion after.
They make it look easy, but inside the cracks deepen, until one day he looks in the mirror and doesn't recognize who's staring back. He's not angry anymore, he's empty. That's the part no one sees, how rejection doesn't break him in one moment, it erodes him slowly. Every dismissive sigh, every time he feels like a burden, every time he realizes his love has become inconvenient, so he stops trying. He stops reaching out, he stops showing up, not because he stopped caring, but because caring hurts more than being alone.
Yeah, so that's my life as well. I used to care so much for female validation, and partially I still do today because I still care to want to be able to talk to a woman and speak to a woman who really cares about me as well and could really understand how I feel and could assure me that she will always be there with me. But every time I try, it's like society shuns me even more instead of helping me. Because naturally, if you see someone in help, if you're a good person, you will want to help this person. But society teaches that, well, if you seem desperate and needy, you are seen as somebody that's bad, that could be a monster, that could be creepy, that could make women uncomfortable, and they could shun you for life. And you won't have a chance to be able to come back for that. It just makes you afraid to approach women because you don't want to keep feeling that pain. So you rather just keep to yourself today. Yes, I am going through that myself. I'm sure that a lot of men are going through it. So that's why I'm not as depressed as I would have if I thought that I would be the only one in the world that's going through this. No, there are thousands and thousands of men out there, maybe millions, that feels the same way as me. If you feel the same way as well, let me know in the comment section below, because that will definitely help a lot and help encourage other men to try to be more encouraged to speak your mind out, because you definitely need it. Anyways, guys, I hope you find this video informative. If you want to see the rest of this guy's video from Psychor, the link to his channel and the video that I just commentated will be set in the description below. Be sure to also like this video if you agree to it. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, and also click the bell next to it to not miss a single video from Angry Guy ever again whenever we upload something new, hopefully. And you can also check out Angry Guy at Rumble as well if you want to see an unfiltered version of Angry Guy without any filters whatsoever. And also I will also add that be sure to check out the new Creator Academy in the description below if you want to learn how to become a content creator where you could express yourself in the deepest of emotions and be able to make an impact towards other people and be able to make a living. Because these days we cannot depend on the government to maintain jobs. I have been almost 2 years out of normal work, and the money that I make today, honestly, is through my content creation, is through my freelance work like this one, and it's through the different video games that I resell or I sell for a higher price and all that stuff, and other side hustles that I will not mention here and that I'm planning. So definitely you need to have your own thing going for you, because you just never know when you're gonna be laid off and you are gonna have to make some sort of business for yourself so you could survive in this upcoming economy, because it just won't be any easier for you guys. There is a free creator blueprint for you over there, and I hope that it can help you a lot to decide on how you want to start your YouTube creating journey. Yep. So that's all I have to say, guys. If you want to check out my channel at Magbo Gaming, is in the description below as well, where I do video game related content, where I show off my game collection, visit game stores, to hunt down for video games as well. You could check out my channel there, and I hope that you enjoy. Anyways, that's all I have to say, and I'll see you all in the next one. Magbo out. Peace. Bye-bye.